Rest often feels like a luxury we can't afford, especially in a world that glorifies hustle and constant productivity. We're conditioned to believe that we are not working, we are wasting time. But here's the truth: rest is not a break from being productive, it's a critical part of being human. Without adequate rest, our capacity to do meaningful work diminishes. In fact, rest is a cornerstone for long term productivity, creativity, and overall well being. So let's talk about why rest is actual one of the most productive things you can do right now for yourself. Think about your brain like a battery. You wouldn't expect your phone to function if you didn't charge it, right? Your brain is no different. Mental energy is a finite source. And when we push ourselves too hard without giving our minds time to rest, we drain that energy, leading to burnout, stress, and reduced cognitive function. John Medina, in his book Brain Rules, explains that our brains are not designed for prolonged focus. He suggests that after about 90 minutes of focused work, our brains need a break to reset. This explains why we often hit a wall after working for too long without a breather. It's not laziness, it's biology. The brain needs downtime to consolidate information, solve problems, and rejuvenate its capacity for deep focus. In a study published in Nature, a very renowned journal, researchers found that periodic rest improves learning and memory. When you give your brain a break, it's able to strengthen the neural connections that support problem solving and creativity. This is why stepping away from a task, even for a short while, often leads to breakthroughs. You might notice how the best ideas sometimes come in the shower, on a walk, or during a nap, times when your brain is resting actually. In fact, just stepping out of that zone where you are working is like a snack for yourself. Let's talk about the very famous the Pomodoro technique, which is a practical application for this. One way to incorporate rest into your workflow is by using this Pomodoro technique. You work for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. After 4 cycles, you take a longer 15 to 30-minute break. This technique actually helps prevent burnout and keeps your mental energy replenished throughout the day. It's a very simple but very powerful reminder that rest, even in small doses, enhances productivity. Let's talk more about why the best ideas often comes when you're not actively trying to think. When you're out on a walk, cooking dinner, or even just daydreaming. That's because creativity thrives in moments of rest. When you're resting, your brain switches to a diffuse mode of thinking, a more relaxed, free flowing state that allows for creative connections to form. Alex Pang, in his book Rest Why You Get More Done Than When You Work Less, explores how rest fuels creativity. He shares how some of history's greatest minds, like Charles Darwin and Albert Einstein, were intentional about rest. They structured their days around periods of deep work followed by intentional downtime, understanding that their most creative and innovative thoughts often came during the rest period. Pang writes, rest is not work's opposite, it's work's partner. Rest provides the mental space to consolidate and build on what you have done, to see connections you missed, and to recharge. In other words, the most creative breakthroughs often come after you have stepped away from the work, not while you're grinding through it. Daydreaming is another form of rest that often gets a bad rap, but it's actually a powerful tool for creativity. When you let your mind wander, you allow it to explore different possibilities, make unexpected connections, and spark new ideas. So, next time you catch yourself zoning out, don't feel guilty about it. It might just be the creative boost you need in that very moment. You have probably noticed that after pulling an all nighter or working long hours without a break, your ability to focus deteriorates. You become easily distracted, make more mistakes, and find it harder to concentrate. That's because rest is essential for sustained focus. When you are constantly pushing your brain without giving it a chance to recharge, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decision making, attention, and impulse control, gets fatigued actually. This is why tasks that require deep concentration, like writing or problem solving, become exponentially harder when you are tired. Cal Newport in Deep Work emphasizes that true productivity comes from periods of deep focus, but deep work is only sustainable when paired with rest. He argues that to produce high quality work, you need to actually create a balance between intense focus and deliberate rest. Without rest, you may still be working, but you will be operating at a fraction of your potential. So, if you want to compromise the potential that you have, you may continue to work. A Harvard Business Review article also points out that taking breaks throughout the day significantly improves focus and performance. Rest actually allows your brain to reset, which helps you stay sharp, attentive, and able to work at a very high level for longer periods of time. We've all heard the term burnout, I think. It's like the most famous of the century. But it's not just a buzzword, it's a real consequence of overworking without enough rest. Burnout is characterized by chronic physical and emotional exhaustion, cynicism, and reduced productivity. When we don't give ourselves time to rest, we push ourselves to the point where even small tasks feel overwhelming, and the joy we once found in our work actually evaporates. Ariana Huffington, in her book Thrive, discusses her own experience with burnout. She shares how she once collapsed from exhaustion due to working excessively without rest. This incident became the catalyst for her to prioritize rest, not just for herself, but as a message to others. In Thrive, she advocates for redefining success not as money or status, but as well being, wisdom, and fulfillment, all of which require adequate rest. Burnout isn't just about being physically tired, it's also about mental and emotional depletion. When we are constantly in go mode, our stress levels spike, leading to anxiety, irritability, and even depression. Rest is a vital tool for mental health because it gives us time to recover from stress, regain perspective, and actually recharge ourselves emotionally. One of the simplest ways to rest and reset is through mindfulness and meditation. Even just a few minutes of mindful breathing or meditation can calm your nervous system, reduce stress, and increase emotional resilience. The benefits of meditation are well documented, and with research showing that it actually improves your focus, creativity, and overall your well being. Let's talk about sleep. If there is one form of rest that's non negotiable, it's actually sleep. Yet, sleep is often the first thing we sacrifice in the name of productivity. We pull all nighters, skimp on sleep to meet deadlines, and wear our lack of sleep like a badge of honor. But here's the thing, sleep is the foundation of all productivity. Without it, everything else suffers. Matthew Walker, in his book Why We Sleep, emphasizes the profound impact sleep has on every aspect of our lives. He explains that during sleep, our brain undergoes critical processes like memory consolidation, emotional regulation, and detoxification. When we cut our sleep short, we impair our ability to learn, focus, and regulate our emotions. Walker writes, the shorter you sleep, the shorter your life. So, sleep is crucial for problem solving. During sleep, particularly during the REM sleep, our brain works through complex problems and emotions. This is why you might go to bed struggling with a problem and wake up with a solution or a new perspective on it. It's your brain's way of processing information and making sense of the world. So give it time. So give it the sleep it needs, the reset it needs. If you have ever woken up after a poor night's sleep and tried to work, you know how hard it is to focus, how easily you get frustrated, and how much longer it takes to complete the most simple, the most mundane task. That's because sleep deprivation affects everything from your mood to your cognitive function to your immune system. So if you are actually compromising your sleep, you're just compromising on yourself. Rest isn't just vital for mental and emotional well-being, it's actually equally important for physical health. Whether you're an athlete or someone who exercises regularly, rest days are crucial for muscle recovery, injury prevention, and actually overall performance. During rest, your body repairs muscle tissue, replenishes energy stores, and reduces inflammation. Overtraining without adequate rest leads to fatigue, injury, and burnout, which ironically prevents you from performing at your best. LeBron James and other elite athletes prioritize rest and sleep as part of their training regimen because they know it's essential for peak performance. Even if you're not an athlete, talk to a model before any big ramp walk. She would tell you that sleep is like one of the very top priorities for her beauty, her glow, because rest plays a significant role in maintaining our physical health. Chronic stress and lack of rest can lead to issues like high blood pressure, weakened immunity, and increased risk of heart disease. Rest helps regulate stress hormones like cortisol and keeps your body functioning optimally. So, if you're resting, you're actually giving yourself a chance, a step towards the face without inflammation, the face with glow, the face with beauty. One of the most underrated forms of rest is the simple act of doing nothing. In a world that values constant activity, doing nothing can feel uncomfortable or unproductive or like you're wasting your time. But in reality, downtime is essential for creativity, self reflection, and your mental clarity. In Time Creator's essay, The Busy Trap, he talks about how we have become obsessed with busyness. Wearing it is a status symbol, but it's often a way to avoid confronting deeper issues in our lives. He argues that idleness is not just a vacation, an indulgence, or a vice. It is an indispensable to the brain as vitamin D is to the body. When we give ourselves the permission to do nothing, we create space for insight, reflection, and creativity to emerge. It's in these moments of quiet that we reconnect with ourselves, gain clarity, and foster new ideas. Rest isn't something you earn after being productive. It's a necessary component of sustainable productivity. When you prioritize rest, you're not being lazy, so stop labeling yourself with it. You're investing in your long term well being and success. By giving yourself the time to recharge, you will not be more productive, but you will also be more creative, more focused, and more fulfilled. So, how can you incorporate more rest into your life? Start giving yourself the permission to take breaks without the guilt. Without the guilt. I repeat, without the guilt. Build yourself into your daily routine. Incorporate it, whether it's through short breaks, regular sleep, or intentional downtime. Because remember, rest is not a luxury, it's a necessity. So treat it like that. It's not a reward, it's an investment.